If you love bold and spicy noodle dishes, you are in the right place. Here are 3 quick and easy dishes guaranteed to spice up your kitchen just the way you like it. The first thing we want to do is make our sauce. So here I have 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And this is kind of sticky, slightly sweet. And I have a 1.5 tablespoons each of a light soy sauce and a dark soy sauce, which is like more concentrated flavor. You can see how much thicker that is. And I have a couple tablespoons here of sriracha, and I have a teaspoon of sugar, and you can use honey or brown sugar is good too. And here I have about a teaspoon and a half or so of minced garlic, and garlic powder is fine. All right, let's go ahead and mix this together. This is going to be our sauce for the Drunken Noodles. Lots of flavor here, my friends. All right, next get a pan or a wok set up to a good medium-high heat. And we're gonna add some vegetable oil. Peanut oil is good here, or a neutral oil. And go ahead and add, I have here 1 medium onion that is chopped, along with some chili peppers. And I've got bird's eye, I've got about 3 bird's eye chilies here. Nice and spicy, good heat level to these. But you can use milder peppers if you want to. If you have a hard time finding bird's eyes, you can use something like a jalapeno or even a serrano. You can definitely go hotter if you want. So go ahead and cook this down for about 3 minutes or so to soften up the peppers and onions. Going to add some minced garlic. And I've got a couple good-sized cloves of minced garlic. And I have a 1/2 pound of chopped chicken. Here I'm using chicken breast, but you can use chicken thigh as well, boneless chicken. And I have a tablespoon of fish sauce. It's a nice little flavor addition. Fish sauce, very powerful, yummy. All right, so go ahead and stir fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes or so while your chicken is cooking in the pan. Go ahead and get your rice noodles ready. Got my water boiling on the stove. And I have about 8 ounces here of rice noodles, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this boiling, and then we will continue. Rice noodles really only need a few minutes to cook. Get that drained, and into the pan they go. Give it a nice stir, mix it all together. Little stir fry on the noodles. Next, go ahead and add your reserved sauce, the Drunken Noodle sauce. And go ahead and give it a stir and make sure everything's nicely incorporated. So this is a fast-moving dish, my friends. Just gotta have everything kind of in place. Your mise en place, they say. All right, look at that, looking good already. Smells amazing in here. Here I have about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup or so of green onion, and you can really add as much as you want. Some nice fresh green onion. And some holy basil or Thai basil, or you can use Italian basil is totally fine here. And some cherry tomatoes, kind of slice mine in half. Get everything tossed together, and Drunken Noodles on the way. You guys are gonna enjoy the heck out of this one. Yummy, delicious. You don't even need to be out on a night of drinking. Quick weeknight meal. 2 of these noodle dishes are included in my latest cookbook, Flavor Madness. I hope you'll check that out, and I seriously appreciate your support. So the first thing we want to do is get our pork started. So I have a wok or just a large pan heated up to medium-high heat, and I'm adding a bit of vegetable oil here. And I have 12 ounces of pork. This is ground pork. You can use a little bit more. I have a little bit more here, but just get it added to the wok. Break it up a touch, and salt and pepper. A little bit of salt to personal tastes, and black pepper to taste. So go ahead and cook the pork down for 2 to 3 minutes, stir frying to get it nicely browned. All right, my pork is browning up nicely. So next add, here I have 3 cloves of garlic, and it's minced. And I have a couple tablespoons plus of ginger, minced ginger, fresh ginger. And I have 1/3 cup of fermented mustard greens. So Dan Noodles is really meant to be cooked with lots of different fermented greens. You can usually find fermented mustard greens in Asian stores, but if you're unable to find it, you can order it online. Or you can use kimchi as a nice substitute for it. So go ahead and cook this down for a couple more minutes, about a minute or so really, minute or 2, so you can smell the gorgeous garlic blooming. One of my favorite smells ever. And while the pork is cooking here, noodles. I've got 8 ounces of noodles here. I'm gonna pop it into my boiling water and get that going. This is a very quick recipe. It will be done by the time the noodles are ready. And for the noodles, you can usually find Dan Noodles in Asian markets or even online. But really you can use egg noodles or wheat noodles. This recipe works with many different noodles. For the sauce ingredients, I have 2/3 of a cup of chicken broth that added. And I have 3 tablespoons of hot chili oil. You can use milder chili oil, but hot chili oil, boom, makes this one. And I have 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. And you can use regular lighter soy sauce, but the dark soy sauce, so much more flavor. And I have a tablespoon of rice vinegar. And I have a teaspoon of sesame oil. And I have some hot sesame oil that I'm using here, of course, because I like it spicy, as you know. And I have 2 tablespoons of tahini, or sesame paste. And I have a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice. Chinese 5-spice is essential here. It's just an amazing seasoning blend. I have a homemade version on the website that is so good, but you can get a good store-bought brand as well. And lastly, I have a teaspoon of coarsely ground Sichuan peppercorns. I actually lightly toasted these and just kind of hand ground them up with Patty's assistance there. Thank you, Patty. But this adds a lot of beautiful spice, tingliness to the tongue. And there's a little bit of that in the Chinese 5-spice, but we're adding extra because we want that tongue-numbing deliciousness. Oh, it's so good. You gotta try it, it's so good. All right, get that added in. And go ahead and stir it all together. Make sure it's all nicely incorporated. All right, my overall sauce is thickened up a bit nicely here. And if you wanted it thicker, you could always stir in a little bit of cornstarch with a little bit of water, and it'll thicken that up a bit more. But this is perfect for me. So the next step here is to get the noodles going here. So I've got my noodles boiled. I'm gonna go ahead and drain these guys. And we have some amazing Dan noodles. There it is, my friends. Boom, Dan noodles. It's a perfectly spicy meal for the spicy food lover. Absolutely delicious, very easy to make, isn't it? First things first, we gotta make our fiery gochujang sauce. It's all about the gochujang here, my friends. So here I have a 1/4 cup of hot gochujang. You can use mild gochujang if you want, but I'm using hot, and this is probably a little bit more than a 1/4 cup. I really want more pronounced gochujang flavor. And I have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, and 1 tablespoon of honey. This is optional if you want it to be a little touch of sweet. I'm actually using my homemade hot honey, and I have a recipe for that I can link to. But you can use your favorite honey. And the juice from half of lime. You can add more or less if you want to. Plenty of lime here. Nice acidic pop. Mix this together into our sauce. All right, look at how thick that is. Nice and thick and delicious. All right, let's set this aside and we will get our cooking station set up. I got myself a wok set up here to a good medium heat. And we'll add a little bit of oil. I'll just use some sesame oil today since we're using it already in the sauce. And I'm gonna add a bunch of chili peppers here. I got a bunch. I'm just gonna go chili pepper madness, really. So I got 1 large red bell for substance, and a good jalapeno because I love jalapeno. Nice little heat to it. And here's a little cow horn I grabbed out of my garden. Little guy, but to use up my Italian sweets. And here's a couple of bird's eyes, because why not? Got some extra heat with the bird's eyes. Nice and spicy today for us. And we'll go ahead and stir fry this, cook it down for anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. Really just depends on how soft you want your peppers to be. And while you're cooking your peppers here, you can get your noodles going. All right, I got my peppers cooked the way I like them. So next I'll add some garlic, and I have about 4 good-sized garlic cloves that I minced. And you can add as much or as little garlic as you'd like. So just cook it here for about 30 seconds or so you can smell the gorgeous garlic blooming in the room. One of my favorites, as you well know. So let me get my noodles here off the stove. All right, got my noodles here. I'm gonna drain really quick. All right, and into the pot here. Do a quick stir fry for a little bit, kind of get everything nicely incorporated. All right, next we'll add our gochujang sauce. Yes, the hero. Sauce is the boss, man, I'm telling you. All right, mix it all together. I'm gonna heat it through. Oh, look at this, look at that. Looking good. Let's get this into a bowl. And then you can garnish it how you'd like to. Some fresh herbs or green onions, good. We got some toasted sesame seeds here. And I've got me some chili flakes. This is Korean gochugaru. I have to order this stuff by the bag. I love this stuff. Spicy gochujang noodles, my friends. I hope you guys love it as much as we do. Nice and spicy, definitely one of my favorite dishes. Hey, are you looking for more spicy noodle recipes? Come on over to chilipeppermadness.com where I have lots of those and over 1,000 more spicy recipes just for you.